Hello YouTube. This video is discussing the Scottish currency. It is one question has been asked in the first Scottish independence debate by a lady when she asked that the Scottish bank notes getting rejected and chucked by taxi drivers in London. And unfortunately neither of both sides answered her question, and I think it is something we need to discuss and I need to explain, which are unfortunately not clear to the general public in Scotland. Just the clear here, this notes, as you can see on the right side, is banknotes that's used in Scotland, and in Scotland there is 3 banks that issues a banknote. So don't be surprised when you have Clyde banknote or Royal Bank of Scotland banknote or also Bank of Scotland banknote. So there is 3 banks that issue banknotes in Scotland, while in the rest of the UK plus Scotland the usual sterling pounds with the Queen featured on them, issued by Bank of England. So this is the currencies used in the UK. The Scottish currency, which unfortunately the public in Scotland are not aware of, that the Scottish banknotes are only allowed to be used in Scotland, i.e. it's not obligatory for anyone outside Scotland to accept the Scottish banknotes. So the taxi drivers are right in London and elsewhere in England or other shops and things not to accept Scottish notes. We in Scotland we get it for granted that it is the same. It is the same like Bank of England, but legally they are not allowed to accept it, or they had the right to reject it, because these banknotes are issued with agreement and authorization from Bank of England, and only to be used inside Scotland. Of course, if you are England and got a Scottish banknote, you can go to the banks, exchanging them. You can go also, I think supermarkets accept them, because again they got chains in Scotland, so they have no problem with this. But legally, Scottish banknotes are not allowed to be used outside Scotland, so it's only for use within Scotland. And in Scotland, actually, it is confusion, because you have a banknotes issued by 3 banks, which is, as I said, Bank of Scotland, Royal Bank of Scotland, and Clydesdale Bank. And it's confusion because every time you see, like this, for example, the £5 notes and the £10, and when they change, they have different colors. So every time you are surprised when you get a new banknote, just check which bank issuing it. So it's a bit of confusion, I have to say. While the usual Bank of England banknotes, which is recognized not only in the UK, but this is acceptable worldwide banknote. This is the £5, this is the £10, for example, and all worldwide recognized banknotes. And the coins are issued by the Royal Mint, so they are not issued by Bank of England, and they are universal. So we are all in the UK using the same coins. Actually, one interesting question here: why Scotland, 300 years of united with England, the Bank of England didn't change the name to be, for example, the British Bank, or Bank of Britain, or British Bank, United Kingdom Bank, something to reflect the union, but it remained Bank of England, which is of interest. I don't know why, but and this will return back to the debate of independence, whether Scotland will be independent or not. I think in both cases, I believe the situation will be the same. We are going to use the pound, is for sure. either yes or no vote. About they have an agreement or not, this is negotiation, but definitely will be using the pounds. Clearly will still in Scotland have these different banknotes, which unfortunately, even post independence, you still, when you travel abroad, the Scottish, either for business or leisure, the Scottish banknotes won't be accepted, because it will be, again, if it will be related to the bank workers, it is not Scottish currency, it's just banknotes to be used inside Scotland. So again, when we travel abroad, even post independence will still go to the banks, ask for a Scottish banknote to take with us to use abroad. Of course, electronically there is no problem in the bank accounts, but this is for when you hold cash in hand. I would prefer to hear from the Yes campaign that post independence there will be only one bank issuing the banknotes and will not have this confusion. And I still not clear why every single bank in Scotland is issuing their own currency. I know it is with approval of Bank of England, but why? Is it some kind of advertisement? Is it because it means nothing? It is a Asian banknote with a promise to pay £5 sterling, as you can see here. Sorry for the focus, trying to adjust. You promise to pay £5 sterling to the bearer. And these banknotes are issued with authorization from, as I said, Bank of England, regulated by Bank of England. So, if post independence, are we going to get a unique banknotes issued by certain bank, or all these? Will it be only Bank of Scotland, for example, or Royal Bank of Scotland, or Light Bank, or whatever, or while still getting the same coins, and the state system will remain the same post and pre independence, or in both? Yes or no? Some people will ask me how you are certain that we'll be using the pounds after independence. Just check my comments and video about the first Scottish independence debate. But I wanted to highlight what is the Scottish currency versus English currency, which should be British currency. Despite just here it is Bank of England. And by the way, Bank of England is an independent bank and it's a company, which people don't know, that Bank of England is a company and private company actually. So not owned by the government, but it is something like the same like Federal Reserve in the US, which is also an independent company, so they are not an elected people, and we don't have control over them. They control our currency actually. That's it, just a quick video about the currency, and Scottish currency and English currency. Of course, lots of Scottish people prefer when you go to the ATMs and there is two ATM machines, one that gives Scottish currency and one that or Scottish banknotes, sorry, and one that give an English banknote. You found the majority prefer the Scottish one, but no one rejected, of course, the English banknote. And as I said, for travel abroad, everyone go to the bank to exchange and get English banknote, because this is recognized. And unfortunately, lots of Scottish people are not aware that the Scottish currency, and no one is obliged to accept these Scottish banknotes outside Scotland border or Scottish borders. So when you travel abroad, don't assume or expect anyone would accept Scottish banknotes. The same that in England, no one should or obliged to accept Scottish notes. So don't be annoyed, don't be depressed, don't be surprised, because this is legal position and this is the reality of it. So it is not where we don't have an independent banknote and Bank of England or Bank of Scotland or Royal Bank of Scotland or Clydesdale Bank are not issuing their own Scottish banknote backed by a Scottish banking system, but it is just all under authorization of Bank of England. So they are just, how to say, another print of the banknote, but only to be used within Scotland. I hope this is clear enough at this point, because this question has been asked in the debate by a lady and neither of both sides answered it. And I know a lot of people in Scotland answering this, being surprised when they have Scottish banknotes and they travel anywhere in England and get rejected, and they feel humiliated, they feel not easy, feel depressed, feel surprised, whatever. I think it's not about feelings, it's about legality, and legally no one is obliged to accept Scottish notes outside Scottish borders. I hope this is clear, the point. And unfortunately the situation will remain the same post-independence, if there is independence. So either yes or no vote will not change this situation, unless post-independence there is a decision to have the Scottish pound, which is Scottish packed pound, will be packed by Scottish oil, and this is a different story, and clearly this is not on the table by the SNP or the Yes campaign. So we are getting the same pounds, the same currency, and the same banknotes, either yes or no vote. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions, write in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer and discuss. Thank you.